It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings. Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupica Show. Today, we get a chance to get to know Shyheim Carter a little bit better. We got a chance to interview him, cornerback safety from Alabama. Every year, there's some draft crushes, and Shyheim Carter is definitely on that list for me this year. What I love about him, he can play corner, he can play safety. We know with where the Vikings are at right now at that position that they need a little of both. So why not get a guy that can play a little bit of both? So Carter was part of that fantastic Alabama secondary, guys with Diggs, Xavier McKinney, guys that will be going in the first, second round. Carter was a leader on that team, 23 career starts, can play special teams. Very dynamic in that secondary. So get to know Carter a little bit better. I had a chance to ask him what it would be like to play for Zimmer, maybe throw on that beautiful shade of purple. So here are all of his thoughts right here. All right, Shyheim Carter, appreciate you hopping on with us today. Talk a little NFL draft. Know your schedule is extremely busy. As we know, the world is in a little bit of a unique situation these days. So before we get started, are you staying healthy? Is the family healthy? Is all well?
Oh, yeah, Eric. Thanks for having me, man. Everything is good. Everybody is safe on my end. Can't complain. Everyone knows, what's kind of going on with the world right now. It's definitely crazy. Nobody really planned to, for this to go down like this. But, hey, it happened. So just kind of got to go with the flow.
Got to go with the flow, absolutely. It's going to be nice. I mean, like you said, it's a tough time right now. But with no sports, getting a little selfish, having the draft coming up is going to be a nice getaway for a lot of people. So that will be nice. So right now, are you still down in Florida? Are you in Tampa?
Yeah, I'm still down in Tampa, still working out, getting football shape, just trying to stay ready, so whenever, we are able to, get back out there on the field and play or, OTAs or whatever and whatnot, I'll be ready.
As far as training goes, is it anything different? Is it a lot different than compared to a couple of weeks ago, or are you pretty much doing the same stuff?
Before when I first got down here, it was just, the 40 stuff, that type of stuff. But now, it's just pretty much football, trying to get in football shape. So, that's what we going with now. Just trying to, stay in football shape and be ready.
And earlier in the draft season, you're pretty damn busy. I mean, you had the East-West Shrine Week. You went to the Combine, weren't able to do any drills, but you definitely still went to the Combine. How was that overall experience for you?
The experience was definitely great. I was just blessed to be there. As a little kid, I dreamed about going to the Combine and actually being, a participant in there. But due to, me straining my hamstring weeks prior to that, I wasn't able to. But still, the overall, experience was a great time. I loved it.
Nice. And with no pro day, how has that worked? I mean, are you doing anything virtual? Are you sending or teams requesting anything as far as videos, anything like that?
Yeah, so I did workouts. I did position drills. My agent took them out to pretty much every team, all 32 teams. I still have to run the 40. A few teams will want to see me run the 40. So I'm still running the 40 and stuff. Tuesday, I want to say. And but yeah, other than that, everything is still, still going, still working out, like I said earlier, still, getting in football shape, still, doing position drills and stuff. So
when it comes to the 40, there's going to be a lot of people very curious to see what that comes up. You're going to be one of the guys that at the Combine might throw up a pretty damn good number. Do you have any predictions, or are you just going to wait and see what happens?
Wait to see what happens, man. Wait to see what happens.
So coming from a big time school, you've played with some of the best in college football, big names, Diggs, McKinney, Surtain, and that's not even getting to the guys up front. What's it like being out there weekly with pretty much an all-star team?
It was good. It was definitely a blessing to, be able to play with those guys. But, I wasn't really, they wasn't really my concern. My concern was really going out there to get my job done each and every week, each and every day at practice, every rep at practice. So therefore the game would be easy. I always help those guys to get better, but at the end of the day, you can't tell a grown man what and what not to do. Well, you can, but it's up to them to listen. So I mean, it was, like I said, it was, a blessing to be able to, play out there with those guys. But at the end of the day, you pretty much have to kind of focus on yourself to, be able to, keep your job.
Yeah. And with, every year Alabama, very, very used to losing a bunch of players, but it's always next man up. Who's the next guy in that Bama secondary that we should have our peepers open for?
I mean, obviously, I know Pat Surtain. Josh Jobe is definitely a guy to be on the lookout for.
And when it comes to just as far as playing with all these great guys on the other side of the ball, practice day in and day out, you get to go against guys like Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs. How is that? That can't be fun.
No, actually, I like that. I always, went out to practice and competed with those guys every day. I actually, like I said, I actually like going against those guys because it made the game easier. The game was, a lot slower and it was more easier.
So throughout the last few weeks, couple months, have you had a chance to talk to many teams? I mean, without showing your cards, are you feeling that some teams are more interested than others?
No, not really. I'm just pretty much ready to, get to draft day and see who picks me. And if not, see pretty much where I go. If I go undrafted, it's still a blessing, to be in this, in this atmosphere. So I'm just pretty much ready to get it all over with.
So the big thing with you, obviously, is your versatility, the ability to play corner, ability to bump back, play safety, kind of do it all. If you're an NFL GM right now and you're drafting Shyheim Carter, what position are you going to throw him at?
Anywhere he can get the job done, no doubt about it. Anywhere where you lacking at, where your team is lacking at, you can throw him in there and he can get a job done.
So when it comes to media, mock drafts, projections, et cetera, do you follow that at all?
Nah, not really.
Just zone it all out.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I see it, a lot of the times, but I mean, like I said earlier, man, I'm just pretty much blessed to be in this position. To be able to hear my name called in a draft, or, just to be able to, go to a team.
When it comes to being pro ready, do you feel like guys like you, who are in the limelight, playing against top competition weekly, again at Alabama, do you feel like you have a leg up as far as the transition compared to other prospects?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Not only just because I went to Alabama. I mean, that's one of the reasons why. But just me, period. Just me being the player I am, me being the person I am, definitely helped me, and helped me be in this position today. I feel like I'm a pro now. I always, being a pro doesn't start now. It doesn't start, when your last game of college. It started at a young age. First off, being, a great son to my mother and being the best dad I could be to my kids. And with football, I feel like being a pro for me started in high school when I was the best person on my team, when I had to, when people had to, lean on me for big plays and things like that. I started at an early age. So, I mean, I haven't, just became a pro. For me, I've been a pro.
So you mentioned high school. When you look back at your high school career, you were quite the offensive powerhouse. Ever miss being on the offensive side of the ball? Was there ever an option to be anything other than a corner, even though you were one of the top recruiting corners?
I mean, not really. I always wanted to be a corner. I wanted to be one of the great corners. Not saying that I couldn't be great on offense, but on defense, is like it's a lot of guys that play corner and safety, but and they get the job done. But I want to be great though. That's the difference. And on the offense side of the ball, I mean, if I get the ball in my hands, I turn into an offensive player. I'm looking to score, not just try to get yardage. I'm trying to score every time I catch a play, every time I get a turnover, trying to score.
Yeah, you can tell. I can't remember. Was it Louisville? What was the one you had the pick six on? You got that ball, and yeah, you could tell you had a little offense in you, man. That was fantastic. So you've started the last couple of years. You're loaded with accomplishments on the field. What would you say your greatest accomplishment is off the field at Alabama?
I would say just Besides graduating, I would say being the best dad I can be to my kids. Yeah, that and graduating.
Nice. Yeah, that's some good accolades there. You're a clear leader on the field. When it comes to your playing days being over, do you have any interest in possibly turning yourself into a coach?
Yeah, no doubt about that. Coaching is definitely one of my options. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I like the coach. I always ask, the coaches there on the Bama staff, what it's like coaching, like how do you go about guys that, that's like me, I would say, and guys that, that's a a-hole, and they would, just kind of explain it and say it's really not easy. It's definitely hard. So, I mean, yeah, I really don't know. But I definitely want to coach, but not, I know that comes with it, guys, being, not like the normal guys, not the typical guys. So, I mean, hey, we'll see in the future.
Heck yeah. Some quick hitters here to wrap it up for you, and I'll let you cruise. Again, appreciate the time. Greatest influence throughout your career?
My kids, definitely. I did pretty much everything for them, and my mom, my grandma. Definitely. When I was pretty much, I spent my time at school. Like during besides football season, Javier Arenas and Shad Johnson. Those guys helped me tremendously off the field and on the field. Whenever I had questions off the field for those guys, I asked and they always had answers for me. So those guys definitely.
I think I'm going to already know the answer to this question, but greatest passion off the field?
Greatest passion off the field? Definitely my kids, no doubt about it.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Nice. I could have called it, man. You could tell. So when it comes to the NFL, I know I'm getting way ahead of yourself, so I'm going to fantasy land here, but NFL quarterback, past or present, that you would most like to pick off?
Oh, man. I really don't have a name. I mean, I'm just ready, just to get there and, just play. I mean, I guess I would say anybody who lines up opposite of me.
That's a good answer. Best receiver you ever played against?
I say the guys back at Bama. And pretty much since I've been there, everybody that came through there was definitely good. It was capable of getting to the NFL and doing big things.
So when it comes to the NFL, I gotta ask, as far as just being Vikings, Mike Zimmer, he's a cornerback, secondary whisperer. He turns good players into great players. Thoughts on ever putting on that beautiful shade of purple if you had the chance and playing for a guy like Mike Zimmer?
Man, no doubt about it. I'd definitely be ready to put on that purple, man. Like I said earlier, man, it's just a blessing to be here. Anywhere I go, any team who picks me, man, I'm ready. Really don't care where I go. I just want to play football.
Man, you say you want to put on that purple, you're giving me chills here, man. That would be fantastic. So wrapping it up, any plans for draft day, hanging out with the family? Any big plans?
I really haven't made plans yet, but definitely, I haven't made plans where I'm going to be at, but definitely somewhere with my family. Definitely my kids, my mom, grandma. Definitely with those guys.
All right. Well, Mr. Carter, I gotta leave you with this. Vikings obviously have needs in the secondary, corner and safety. You would be quite the addition. I hope it happens, but wherever you end up, good luck to everything. Again, appreciate the time. Enjoy draft day with your family, and I really appreciate the time.
No problem, man. I appreciate you for having me.
All right. Have a good one, man. Thanks.